Hey, John here. In this one we're going to learn the lick you just heard, and we're also going to go through a really good warm-up slash technique exercise for your M and A fingers of the right hand. Alright, before we get into the actual lick slash exercise that I showed you just now, I want to show you a really good warm-up slash technique exercise for your right hand. So basically, if we take three notes here, so we're just going to play the E string, A string and D string. We're going to do that with a downstroke, the M finger, which is this finger, middle finger, and the A finger. So we got down, M, A, and then we go back. So we have four notes. We get down, M, A, M. And then you want to do that a few times. Just like this. You just mute the strings and try to listen so you get the same attack. And it's not about doing it super fast. It's about getting it even and feeling in full control of it, okay? And relaxed, obviously. So you do that. Then you start on the second finger, so you get. So it's this sort of loop type practice that I've talked about before, but applied to hybrid picking here. So if we number the notes from the first exercise, so we got down, that's 1, M is 2, A is 3, and then M on the way back is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. We simply start on the next note. We start on 2 and go 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And then we start on the third note, 3, 4, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And then finally you start on 4. So you go 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And if you put them together, it sounds like this. But again, keep it at a tempo where you feel in full control. And once you've done that, you can start on the next string group. So you have the A string, D string, and G string, and go do the same thing. And you know the drill. You basically have 4 starting points. Then you do D, G, and B, and finally G, B, and E. So that's a really good warm-up slash technique exercise. And you can also do this for a few more times. Maybe use a timer, put the timer on like 5 or 10 minutes, and just keep repeating this, going up and down the strings. And I think you'll find that this gives you so much more control than just working on any one lick. So if you have trouble with your hybrid picking, or you're even new to this is a great exercise. And again, you can just lower the tempo as much as you need so you can actually do this with the control that's required to improve. And as with anything on guitar, it takes a while to notice big improvements. I don't expect that in the first day or even the first few days, but if you keep at it and you do it correctly, meaning everything sounds good and you're in control of what you're doing, you'll find that the improvements just keep coming as you keep it up. But it does take repetition and it does take some time to get this going, but if you just keep at it, you'll see an improvement for sure. Alright, so here's the lick. If you want tabs for this one, just check out the link below where to get it, and I'm also going to explain it in quite a lot of detail here, but move fairly quickly so you don't get bored. This whole lick is based on the D Lydian scale, and Lydian is just like a major scale with a sharp 4th degree. So instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, you have 1, 2, 3, sharp 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And it's based on the first 2 arpeggios of that scale. And I'm going to show you the shapes first, because once you know the shapes, it's way easier to apply the actual sequence. So the first arpeggio is a D major 9. So we got 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. That's the scale degrees of the chord. And the fingering here would be, you play the 5th fret, the 9th fret, so with 1, 4. And you have the 7th fret, 6th fret, and the 9th fret. And these arpeggio shapes are usually called 2-1-2 shapes. It's very on the nose name because you have 2 notes, 1 note, and 2 notes. But fairly easy to remember. Anyways, we have that. And then we go straight up to the E dominant ninth arpeggio, starting here on the third of the chord. So we got 6, 9, and then we have 7 in between, and then we have 5 and 9. So, and then finally we go back to the D major ninth again, starting on the 7th chord tone, so the major 7th. And the fingering just happens to be exactly the same as the previous string group. So once you know this one, 6, 9, 7, 5, 9, you just apply the same frets on the next set of 3 strings. So instead of the D, G, and B, you do the same thing from G, B, and E. So 6, 9, 7, 5, 9. So those are the arpeggios. And the actual sequence we're going to use here is a groups of 4 sequence. And it's going to go like this. We're going to go down, hammer, then we're going to use M, and then A. And we're going to go back with a downstroke and go down, M, A, hammer. So it's kind of an inverse relationship here. We got one, down, hammer, M, A, and then we have down, M, A, hammer. So in the first group of 4, we have the hammer on between 1 and 2. And in the next group of 4, we have the hammer on between 3 and 4. So. Right? So then we apply that pattern to each of the 3 shapes we got here. So this one first. Then the E ninth arpeggio. And then back to the next inversion of the D major ninth. And so far we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 beats of 16th notes, 4 notes per beat. And after this one, we slide in to the 10th fret. So once you get here, if you do it in time, which I hope you do, and you start on the downbeat, you should end up on the downbeat here as well, on the 7th beat. And then from here we're just going to go down, slide down again, pull off, up, up, pull off, up, up, and then back where we started. And this gives us 2 complete bars of 4/4 with 16th notes. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And the arpeggio I'm going down here is just the complete D major ninth arpeggio. So we basically combine group 1 here with group 3 or shape 3 of the whole lick. So again, really take care of the timing here, because sliding can be a bit dicey with the timing. So, but that's also a really good way to get better at the actual timing, is to make sure that the slides are in time, so it's not just something that happens however you like it. So really try to stick to the subdivision here. And a good way to do that is to count it out however you want to do it. So you can, and make sure your foot is on the 1 the whole time. So you can just go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and so on. So really make sure that your subdivisions are as tight as possible, because that will also ensure that your technique improves the most. So timing is incredibly important, not only for musical reasons, but also for technical reasons here. So if we put this all together once again. Then you can just loop that, and I would suggest that you do that, start as low as you can on the fretboard. You can start from here if you feel that it's already quite stretchy for you. Otherwise, you start down here, do the whole thing maybe once or twice, and then move it up 1 fret at a time. And I know I say that a lot in pretty much every video, but that's because I think that's one of the best ways to practice a new lick or sequence, is to not just sit in one position, instead move it up instead, so you get to experience the different tensions moving up the fretboard, and it's gonna be tighter up here in terms of how it feels to play the different frets, because it's obviously smaller, but also the tension is a lot greater up here, and down here it's going to be a bit more of a stretch, and it can actually feel harder sometimes to play down here because the tension is so low in comparison to up here. So it's important to play all over the fretboard. That's basically what I want to say. All right, so that's it for this one. If you have any questions, just post them below. If you need tabs, you can find them via the link in the description. And yeah, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.